back to your opening comment about new business development, economic development, and the
Would you stand up and identify yourself? I can't tell from up here who I'm talking, okay.
Yeah, so originally, when you opened up, you started talking about how we need to support economic development, business development. We need to ensure there is integrity, support that, and hold those accountable who are opposed to what you said we want to do, correct?
The point is that we have to realize that our place in this is not to necessarily be the judgment, but we need to know that our officials that we've elected are taking the time to do their due diligence
Right.
and ask the hard questions. Now, we're all
Right,
gonna
so,
make
but you
mistakes on
said hold them accountable.
that. Right.
How are we gonna hold them accountable when they're not doing that?
Well, we can
That's the
start by,
question.
one, not voting for them the next time around.
Well, they're already in, and we know who they are,
Right.
so what do we do now before it gets too late?
There's almost 52 pages what it is to take to recall somebody from an elected office.
Right,
But I think part of it is that when they know that we're watching and we're willing to speak up about it, that they're gonna be a little more attentive to us when we come in there to address the group. Pretty frustrating to come after them and talk about stuff like this, and they'll give you 3 minutes and they'll slam the gun on you at 3 minutes and you're done talking.
yeah, this has been going on a while, and I think
So it's a hard thing to do what they're asking.
there's, I think, a few people in here who I see, and I'm involved heavily in the county, especially for business development and economic revitalization. There's a few people that we know are against what we're trying to do and what you're saying, and it's been going on for a while. So we need to do, we need to stop. We need to do something to be a little bit more assertive, to make sure that they're held accountable. Otherwise, we're gonna be going down the toilet.
I can't disagree with you, but this is the reason we create the forum and we invite these people to come and talk to us, and I want you all to be strong about asking the question, right? But you need to temper all of this and realize that there's a lot of misinformation out there, and we're all gonna make mistakes. I think that we all try to do better, and I know that businesses, when you're, for instance, when you're in a developing industry, things that happened 8, 9, 10 years ago someplace else, you would hope businesses by then have figured out that you can't do it that way and maybe try something else. But at this point, that's all hindsight. We need to be involved, and we need to encourage our commissioners and our PUD people like that to continue to protect us, because that's their job, because it's darn hard to get rid of them.
Yeah,
We have for
and
the
when they're
last
not,
3 years
that's the
created-
problem. These things are on public record. It's not misinformation.
Right.
A lot of, and I don't see you there. I don't think you know what's going on. A lot of people do. But this is public record, and it's also been out in various meetings. So, something needs to be done soon. And I'm talking specifically our broadband issues, which I'm addressing, and Merkel standard. Those are the 2 big ones. And there
The
are
best we
people,
can do-
people acting counter to those for whatever reason.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking to the
More than
renewed
about
growth
it.
folks.
I think everybody understands that, but that's the whole effort that we're trying to do, to invite the public and participate and give the forum to everybody on both sides. And that's the trend that I've been doing for 3 years, and creating the idea that government will belong to those of us who show up and we ask the hard questions. Because when I started looking at what it takes to recall somebody,
Right.
they'll be out of office before you get it done, okay? Again, that is by design. So I'm not gonna take any more questions right now, because we have a lot more important people to speak besides me. But I hope that you can see that if we're gonna be relevant to the county and the state, we need to do our part. And then we have to expect our county officials to do theirs. And so that's kind of, if we can keep everything civil, we can get all of these pieces of information out. But we need businesses to succeed in this county. I don't think anybody wants to argue that.
They do.
And we need to understand the good, the bad, and the ugly, and give everybody an opportunity, and keep an open mind. Because you just can't always count on the articles. There's always a backstory. There's so much that's missing. Excuse me. So, we don't give up on any of that. We just have to do our job. And I believe that is what I was trying to encapsulate here. Let's move on with the vetting format.